What's up, guys? Nethervvoid here with another new game for you, Offworld Trading Company. This game's been out a little while on Steam Early Access, and I think it's actually officially released now. When I got a copy of this game, though, it was not released. I started playing it immediately. It looked really cool. Actually, I asked to get a copy of this game because it looked so cool. I saw some videos of it and things like that. It looked really neat. It's released by Mohawk Games, or they are the developers. Released early access February 12th. It's currently $40 on Steam as of the recording of this video. It could go up or down, I'm not really sure. I'm sure you can find it on the Steam sale eventually. Almost all games have them. It's a real-time strategy manufacturing game on Mars, which is kind of interesting. It's not your typical war game where produce troops and kill people or, you know, take over their culture or anything. It's actually a corporate type of game, which is kind of neat. So we're going to get into it here. We got a few options here: single player, multiplayer, different options as usual, you know, graphics and things like that. Pretty normal stuff. We're going to put music volume down because in my videos it gets pretty loud and you can't hear anything. And we'll do something like that. So not a lot of options, but personally I don't care a lot about options in a game. The main options I want are, usually I like to be able to save. I want some video options so I can do, you know, window mode, which I think this has because I am in windowed mode. So you can see, well, maybe it doesn't have that. But, you know, full screen or not full screen, basically. It's because I record. If I was just playing this game, I'd probably want full screen. So I do like those kind of options, but other than that, I don't need any options. And then, obviously, the music and sound effects volume is nice to have for me. Other volumes, I don't really, or other options, not really caring too much about that. So, I have not played the multiplayer, but that is against other players in our AI on Steam. But single player, there are actually lots of options here, which is really neat. They have the tutorial where you can play as, you can basically have 4 different headquarters styles, and they all play differently. And the tutorial kind of helps you learn the game first of all, and then win as each of the 4 different types of HQ, which is kind of neat. It teaches you a lot about different HQs, because you're going to need to know that to play the game, you know, in multiplayer or otherwise. There's also a skirmish, which is just, let's play a game, let's just do a one-off. The daily challenge is a thing you have to play on Steam, but it's a new map that gets downloaded every day. Every day a new part of Mars is available. So, okay, it might not be a new map, but it's a different map. And so you can play versus friends or something like that. I'm actually not sure if you can play versus friends, but you can play and compare stats. Replay game, that's go back to a replay file. I've not tried that. Tutorial we already talked about. Start a new campaign. This is kind of interesting. I thought it would be a little more interesting than what it is. In my opinion, it's not really fleshed out yet. But I think what's happening in campaign, though, is they're adding to this game. I think they're still continuing to develop this game, and new things are coming out. But these are basically the 4 different HQ types. You can see expansive HQ type, robotic HQ type, scavenger, and scientific. So you can pick which kind of campaign you want to start with, and then you can pick your difficulty level. I started as assistant, and I've played probably about 15 hours of this game, and I can't beat assistant very easily. So I'm going to go with intern, because applicant was too easy when I tried it a second ago, and we'll start with that. I want to show you this game a little bit. Now, this is the part where I think they need some work on the game. They need to, I think, talk a little bit more about what is this campaign mode and what is it trying to do? Is it trying to tell a story? Are you trying to, because I'm a very achievement-oriented person. Am I leveling up my character or unlocking new things in the game? Or what am I doing with campaign? The campaign feels really like it's just kind of a continuing mode of operation really in the game, and it doesn't explain like all the different, like if you pick this map, income plus 21, I don't even know what this meant. I know what this is. I think you can spend income right here to get engineers, which we'll talk about in a second. But that's actually a whole different part of the game. Engineers is a totally different part of the game that's not in the tutorials. The tutorials don't explain this part. The tutorials don't explain income. Like, what is this income? This is not in other parts of the game, as far as I've seen. Map size, large, that's pretty simple. Different terrain, resource level, low. Okay, that's going to tell you, hey, this is a pretty low-level resource map, so the resources are going to be hard to come by. Normal rules for scenario. So what happens down here is these are the different engineers I have. If I don't have a wind turbine engineer, I cannot build wind turbines in the scenario mode. In the regular mode, let's escape from that and let's look at the regular skirmish mode. Game speed normal, let's go with intern, map size, you can pick all these, right? AI players, 3 different resources. No auctions, we'll talk about that a little bit in a minute. So that looks good. Let's do play game. I don't think there are any engineers in this game. So let's pause. You can pause the game. You can pretty much build whatever you want because the engineers show up right here. So this game has no engineers, so I can pick any different HQ style I like. That's different than the campaign mode. I can build any building in the game in the skirmish. Okay, let's get out of this. If I go to the campaign mode, we'll pick intern again because I'm actually going to play the campaign mode a little bit because it's more complicated. Starting perks, you get all these engineers and things like that. I get an extra claim. Let's actually start this a little bit. So you can see labor pool changes every time. Let's just pick this. It doesn't really matter to me. More income. Now I think the income carries over between games. I think that's how this works. But I think you can also... So I think I'm going to get 34 income for picking this map. I'm going to get 20 income plus 34. I think I'm going to start with 54 next game. Perk is water shipment. I'm not sure what that is. And so see, now we have engineers, okay? I have 2 solar panel engineers. A solar panel engineer allows me to build a solar panel. Okay, I can build as many as I want, I believe. If I have another one, which I do have another one, I have 2, I get 30% more production out of my solar panels. So that's good. So here, I only have 1 farm engineer, which means I can build farms, but I don't get a bonus. And so you can see, like, dry ice condenser, I can't even build these because I don't have a dry ice condenser engineer. Now, as far as I'm aware, once you get into the campaign mode, you can't buy more engineers. You're stuck with whatever you start with, okay? So if I pick dry ice condenser engineer, now I can build dry ice condensers, right? What's this? That's the difference. Well, okay. You can't build this building during a mission because you have not hired any of these guys. Now I think this carries over to the next mission, which would be cool. Pleasure Dome is actually really good. It actually creates money every turn, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But so I need to be okay with not being able to have a chemical lab or an electronic factory, and I can only do solar panels, which actually my preference is wind turbines because they operate at night. We'll talk about that in a minute. Elemental Quarry Engineer, I won't be getting a bonus, but that's okay. Let's go with Pleasure Dome Manager because I want to be able to build one. That's kind of neat. Those are really awesome buildings that get you tons of cash. So I'm going to start this mission. You can look up here as to who you're going up against. 0. Okay, so points are actually, you gain points every time you beat a mission. So technically some things follow through, but it feels very loosely connected. I'd like to see a better connection and maybe tutorials on how to do the campaign. That would be really nice. I do like that they have campaign mode. I just feel like it's not really fleshed out enough to be appreciated. And it's not self-explanatory enough, and we know most gamers are not going to read the manual, okay? They don't. They're just going to ignore this, and they're going to think, wow, this game is crap. They're not going to spend the time to dig in and figure things out. So I start with +1 claim, and I unlock the expansive headquarter. That's the only thing I can build. This guy starts out with 1 goon squad per game. I don't even know what that is. And unlocks, he's a founding expansive just like I am. And this is what his setup looks like. He's got 2 water guys, 2 food guys, so he gets bonus. Look at his wind. 3 wind guys. This guy's gonna be really powerful on wind. He also has a Pleasure Dome guy, but he does not have a glass guy. So what that means for me is I can produce glass and sell it probably at a profit to this guy. I'm not sure if the market's connected. We'll talk about that in a minute. So that's this guy's setup. This guy has a different setup. You can look at each guy's setup kind of and figure out how they're going to be working. But it doesn't really matter. Again, just looking at this, I don't really know what I should go after, really. Probably glass. A lot of people cannot produce glass, but they're going to need it to expand their headquarters. So selling glass, I think, is going to have a high dollar value on the market. And I'll show you what that means to us later. A lot of guys have steel engineers, so usually I like to sell steel into the market to make money, and it looks like that's not going to really help me. But glass looks like it's going to help me quite a bit, actually. And then Pleasure Dome is going to help a lot. So let's start this game. This could be kind of a long video. There's a lot to talk about, but I'll tell you why I still don't feel like it's enough, in my opinion. It still feels like a not very fleshed out game. Let's pause the game. It's not really cheating. I feel like pausing the game is really necessary at different times. I'm only going up against one guy, which is kind of interesting. I think it's because I picked intern. But you can see one goon squad. I don't even know what that is. So wind turbine guys, you can see his engineers right here. He does have electrolysis engineer, tons of them. I have these solar panel guys, one extra claim, things like that. So you can see the engineers right here. This is the dollar value of the stock of my company. This is actually how you win the game, okay? I want to buy this guy out. I can buy his stock. Right now, it's selling for $5 a share. To buy 1,000 shares, it's $5,000. Each one of these ticks is 1,000 shares, and I can only buy in $1,000 blocks. So I have to buy this guy out to win the game. He can buy me out as well, okay? Or I can sell my stock, and he might buy it. See if I need money, right? I don't know why I do that. I've never been in that situation, but you might be in one because you need to buy something and you don't have the cash, and it's going to help you win the game, right? Or you can buy back your own stock to not lose the game. And sometimes you might be playing the long game, right? And your money is, you're thinking long term with your strategy, and so this is a way to buy back your stock. You can also speed up and slow down the game. That's pretty self-evident here. We don't really need to talk about it. So at the beginning of each game, you start on a map with really nothing explored. You don't know where the resources are. Every couple of seconds, you're going to get another scan available. Okay, I've paused the game, so I'm not getting any more of them. I have enough scanning. Now, I can't scan outside of the area I've already scanned, so I have to start here. I'm going to...
Medium levels of water found.
I discovered some water. Now, I don't have any other discoveries to try to go after. I don't see... Let's just do that. Nope, still nothing. Let's go out this direction. There's probably something in this crater. There is. Now, this is a very resource...
Medium levels of carbon found.
Resource light map.
Medium levels of aluminum
so
found.
I'm going to keep searching because it's going to be really hard to find stuff. Which means probably other people are going to have a hard time finding stuff too. That's good. So there's water. Water is usually a very easy resource to find. It just is, but that's in my experience. That could be totally not true. So my scans go off as I unlock the game here, or unlock time. I really need to find iron. I want to find iron before I start, and I like to find silicon because I want to make glass. So what happens is you keep scanning like this until you find enough resources you feel like you're ready to plop down your headquarters, right? I have not found enough stuff. I'm not ready to plop down yet. I want to be close to the stuff that I'm going to go after. I've got another scan. Let's see what this is. You can see I'm trying to scan as much area as possible with each scan. Kind of a good idea in my opinion.
Low levels of silicon
There's some
found.
silicon. Silicon's usually a fairly low-level resource in every map. I have not
High
found... I
levels
need
of
iron.
silicon found.
So that's great. I'm going after that if I can get it. If somebody doesn't grab it first. I need iron. Iron is integral to expansive because you need steel to upgrade your headquarters. You need kind of a lot of it, and also to build other buildings and stuff. Which means I need iron, and I have to convert it to steel. So I'm gonna have to keep going. I have to find iron. I cannot plop down my guy until I find some iron. So I might not see everything in the map. I might decide to plop down before I've discovered the whole map. What will happen when I do plop it down? It'll start self-exploring out from where I've already scanned. So you'll get to eventually see the whole map. And I might have to plop down before I find iron. That'd be really unfortunate. I also need aluminum, so that could be good to plop there. That's a better source of aluminum, but this is closer to the silicon. And it has a couple of good water resources. I might plop here. The only thing is, so let's say I wanted to plop here. I need to put some buildings around my headquarters, like these 3 spots, if I put it here. And there's going to be like 2 or 3 different kinds of buildings I want to put around my head HQ, so I'm not ready to plop down yet. I really need to do more scanning because I really want to see where that iron is. It might be right there, I don't know. This is taking a lot longer than usual to find a good spot, but again, this is a resource
High levels of aluminum found.
A resource light map. Now, aluminum, another resource I need, that could be really good. I might have to just call it good for this map. and find the iron later, which would really be unfortunate, because if he's already found it, I'm going to be in a world of hurt. And if I'm very far from the iron, it's going to be hard for me. I'm going to plop down. I don't want to waste any more time. I think this could be a good spot right here, because I'm close enough to my resources, because they do have to, the ships will have to fly. Once the resource collectors collect, they have to fly the ship back to your HQ, drop off the stuff. I don't know if they fly the ship back. I don't think they do. But it does take some time in transit. So I'm going to build here.
Permits approved and cleared, sir. With
Now
Offworld
I've got
team reporting in.
This menu
We will
here
have the first factories up and running in no time.
to build my different buildings. I have 6 claims. That means I can build 6 buildings until I need to upgrade my HQ again. When I upgrade my HQ, it's going to grant me another 5 claims. Now that's because I have an expansive HQ. If I have like a scientific HQ, when I expand, I might only get, or upgrade, I might only get 4 more claims. So you have to be a little bit more careful with the buildings that you build. I do like that part of it. I do like that this is a manufacturing game. It's not about army and bombing people and stuff like that. So that makes it more interesting to me. It is very complicated with how many things are in the game. It does have it takes a while to master the game, and that's good as well. It's a lot of thinking goes involved in min-maxing what you're doing. There's a price for each thing that you're mining up or collecting, like water has a price on the market. You can sell or buy it, okay? I have 34 right now. I can buy 10 for 100, or I can sell 10 for 100 or 90, right? So it is complicated in that way. And I start out with 2,000 of my stock already being bought by somebody, not this guy probably, but somebody else. So I'm already close to losing the game, which is kind of interesting. There's also the black market. I think this is neat. You can basically unpower your adversaries' buildings so they can't collect from them. So you can give them like a water shortage. What will happen is their water will deplete. They'll have to start buying it from the market to run their other buildings, and they'll start losing money into debt, and it'll drain out drain their debt. So that's kind of it. Basically, what you need to do is get money to buy this guy out, right? So it's all about accruing dollars, just like any business. So what I'm going to do, I have 6 claims. Let's get right into it. I'm going to build right here, first of all, on this aluminum deposit to get myself a lot of great aluminum. Now, it does destroy a carbon, pretty much the only way to get carbon so far that I've found. But see, this is only 0.77 units per tick, and this one's double that. So that's definitely worthwhile. If you look at my upgrade path, I need aluminum, steel, and glass. So for me, it's worth it more to get the aluminum than it is the carbon. So I'm also going to build on this silicon because it's so good. Normally I don't build here immediately, but I'm going to do that. I'm going to build water because it's very necessary. Now I'm going to build next to this other water because if I build another water here, I get a bonus because these two connect. So that's always good to look out for. The distance to your HQ, and also if there's other things you can connect. I will be building another water facility, and that will get me a bonus to both of these facilities for having 2 connecting facilities. I'm going to build a solar plant because I don't want to consume too much, spend too much money on power. Every building requires power. I'm going to build it here because I can build more units around it. You can have a bonus up to 4 units touching each other, okay? 4 buildings. So this allows me 4. So I'm going to build that there. I already built water. I'm going to build food because I don't want to spend too much money on food. Now, down here, I can't connect 3 buildings. At least, you want to look for at least a way to connect 3 buildings. I can do it here. I can do it here, right? This one actually can connect 4. That's good. Down here, I can connect 3, or here. But if I do it here, then I can't do it here, right? So I basically have 3 spaces where I can connect 3 buildings. That's fine. I'm going to build my food there. This is going to be something that gets me from water, which I've already said I've built. I can get some oxygen and some fuel from that. That's what an electrolysis reactor does. I need that to power other buildings. If you look at this building, the aluminum one I already built, it doesn't require anything to power it. The food one does. It requires 1 water. The water requires nothing. Okay, that's interesting. I thought something required fuel. I think the steel mill does. Nope. What building requires fuel? Oxygen. Okay, so I need oxygen and silicon to produce glass. I'm pretty sure something requires fuel. Maybe not. Maybe nothing requires fuel. I thought stuff required fuel. Is it this? I think all buildings require fuel. I'm pretty sure, but... Fuel. Okay, produced by blah, blah, blah. Processed by chemicals lab, fuel, and carbon to produce chemicals. So technically I don't need the fuel, but I'm going to need the oxygen, right? I need oxygen to make glass. You can see right there. So that's why I'm going to build one of these. I'm going to build it up here because I really only need, well, that's going to need 4. My strategy is going to be probably to sell glass. So what do I need for glass? Oxygen. I rarely build 4 of anything anyway. It's just I might, because what my goal is going to be, I think, is to sell a surplus of something into the market that's running at high value, and then I'm going to use that to buy this guy's shares, okay, or to buy other stuff I need or upgrade. I have 0 claims left. I've got 1 going here. I've got food and oxygen and water coming in, and I need to build iron and steel, but I don't know where to build those yet. I need to build glass and a few other things. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade. It's going to cost me a little bit because I don't have aluminum. I don't have enough steel or glass, but I think it's good to
With
upgrade
each new
immediately.
citizen, our domination grows.
I get 5 more claims. My stock goes up, which means it's harder to purchase, and I can start putting down a couple more claims. That is going to be solar. That's right. We need to wait to find iron. I am going to produce a glass, so I can start producing glass immediately because I am going to be producing silicon. And now let's see what happens as I unlock
Expansive
the map.
colony founded.
So he also founded a colony there. And he's got... Looks like he found the iron and I didn't, which is what's happening right now, I think.
Low levels of iron found.
Where? Where is the iron? Near me? Probably not. Where? Where is this iron? Can I click on it? Yes. Oh, there it is. I don't think that's a very good spot.
High levels of water found.
So when you build buildings, they don't come in immediately. It takes a while to actually get them. You can hover over the buildings. It'll tell you what it's consuming and what it's producing, what it's out of, what it's waiting on, those kind of things. And we'll get into that in a little bit here. So you can see it's eating some power and it's building up some silicon. When it gets to 20 silicon, it will send silicon over to me, to the HQ. And once that happens, it'll show up here in my stores, okay? So that's kind of neat as well. Some buildings take longer than others to produce.
Medium levels of iron found.
Medium levels of iron, so let's look at that. The sound seems unusually high to me, but that's fine. We want medium levels of iron. And this is a geothermal vent. No metal mine, okay. Where's the medium? Okay, medium levels of iron. Okay, so we might need to go after that. Let's just unlock a lot of different things. We haven't waited. You don't want to wait too long and just sit around and do nothing, but I want to make sure that I can build in a good spot. Alright, I think we've pretty much unlocked the best thing we're going to get, and it's kind of far away, but that's okay. Well, let's put something on this iron. And then let's build a steel mill. Well, we might as well wait till we have shipments of iron coming in, because, well, we do. We have some iron. Oh, no, we don't. Well, we have 14. Let's start producing some steel out of that iron, might as well. Where are we going to put this? This is going to be more difficult. We should have put this glass there, so we have the option. Well, we might... I can do it here. That's not bad, because then I can do 3 steels right there. That's what I'm going to do. So you can look at how much you're producing and how much more you need, really. Needs H2O. I think we have a positive on H2O, so I'm going to let that run and not build another water, because I don't think it's necessary right now. Also, I could get my pleasure center up right now. I probably will do that. It's going to cost me a lot, though. I probably should wait till I have steel. I don't want to burn all my cash, but that's going to get me like 200 per tick. In fact, I am going to build it. Let's just build it here. I want that money coming in immediately. I did have to spend a lot, but I can generate more, I think, in the long run. See, this takes 40 ticks because it's kind of a special building. So here comes the water. Let's see what happens with our water here. It's going to feed into these things that say they need water, and they'll start producing. I think we need more water. I don't think we have enough. We're already big enough to need more water. So let's put one here. You can see there's a bonus 50%. It will also apply to this building. It won't apply until it's built. And because I have water engineer, I'm getting more water than I would normally. I'm getting 30% more because I have 2 water. Do I have 2 water engineers? I do. I thought I did. No, I only have 1, so I'm not getting a bonus. So you can see my money is going up a little bit because I am selling some power, but I'm accruing debt because of food and oxygen. Well, I'm going to run out of food soon, and I'm running out of oxygen. I really need to build these 2 things, so I'm going to have to wait for an upgrade here. So we need to wait for steel to come in. But iron hasn't made it here yet. 20, that's it. It used to be a lot higher than that. Probably because I had more people. I think this goes up as you get more people. So I'm producing food here. It's consuming some power and also water. And now my debt has accrued 10% interest because it does that in the nighttime. I'm accruing debt right here. But
the black market is online.
I don't know why this thing needs iron. Oh, because it's waiting for the iron to get here. That's, again, another reason why I don't like to put things so far away. I might build another iron just because of that. So we just have to wait for the sunlight to come out because we're really burning power bad. We're buying it off the market to keep our stuff running. For some things, I might think it, and we're building up a lot of glass. That's good. And look at how much glass is worth. It's worth kind of a lot. That's going to help us a lot. We'll be able to sell that glass and probably make up for the lack of steel or other things that we are having a hard time producing. So let's build another electrolysis plant, but let's connect it to our other one. I need more claims, so I'm going to have to do an upgrade first. So we'll wait until this thing's out of iron, which shouldn't take too long before we buy. Oh, we need more power. Yeah, we need to do this very, very soon. So it's almost out of iron. It's getting more iron. How's that working? But okay. How close are we to having the whole thing unlocked? Wow. We don't want to spend... Oh, because steel is going up. You see, this changes with the fluctuation of the price of steel. So we want to wait till this is low. We don't want to burn too much cash upgrading. So let's go with... Let's wait. Okay, let's go with now. Now's good. I don't think it's going to get any lower, and our debt is just getting higher and higher. Let's sell some glass to get enough money to purchase it. Okay, now we can do an upgrade. I can build another one? You need more claims. Okay, I want to see if there's a bonus.
Worker morale is at an
So I just
all-time
expanded
high.
again.
Thanks to the infrastructure boost you
My
approved.
stock is going up
We'll be
quite
able
a
to ship
lot,
more industries off Earth in no time.
but I don't have enough steel, and I'm not producing electronics, so I have to buy them off the market. But let's see about getting another power thing going here. And it's a 50% bonus. That's going to help us a lot, because we are burning cash into power. So let's do that. We don't have enough to build this. We need steel and glass, which shouldn't take long to try to get. This is helping some, but not a lot. Our debt is going up still. We really can't wait for this to happen. Only need 3 steel. It's not that hard to make. Oh, I already have steel. I need more glass. So our silicon stores are barely keeping up. And so what I want to do, let's see if we're still having a problem with fuel. Oh, because we didn't build another one, that's why. Okay, let's build another fuel. We need to take care of this problem we're having with buying things out of the market. It's really costing us a lot. And now, okay, so our debt's going to be an issue soon. So what I'm going to do is try to sell something I have in surplus. Oh, we can see fuel is going up right now. Once that gets high, we really should sell our fuel, but we are not going to really be able to. Let's do this. We have tons of aluminum, and it's worth quite a lot. So I'm going to hold shift. I can either pay down 1,000, or I can hold shift and do it in 10,000s. Let's do a little bit more. I'm going to hold shift and pay it off, because it's going to accrue 10% interest soon. You got to keep watching it. Fuel shortage. Let's keep paying this off. We don't want it to accrue too high until the 10% comes in. So this is a little bit more difficult than it was last time. I'm going to sell my fuel. I don't even care. Once that gets really high. So there's the debt. I didn't catch it really. I spent 300, you know, for 10% on my debt. And that's fine. I'm not very good at this game. I just know how to play. Like I said, it's really hard without wind turbines. Wind turbines would be generating power right now. So what I'm going to try to do, because power's worth so much, is build more power plant or solar power. So in the day, I'm making money off solar. Hopefully it offsets the cost at night. I need more food. I'm going to build another one of those. I'm going to need more water. Let's build one here. And that should hopefully help us out there. I really don't want iron shortage. That'll be not very good for us because... Let's sell some fuel. That's worth a lot. Let's just sell it all. I don't care. Our debt is getting really high. So that would be worthwhile if we could keep more iron going. We really need to generate more steel. The glass is really helping. Steel is worth a lot, though. So let's build another one of these. 100% bonus now on all my stuff instead of 50. That's going to help a lot. There we go. Now we're in daytime. We're selling power like it's going out of style. It's helping our debt a lot. I'm going to build another one of these when this comes in. We really need to get power. The problem is, if there's too much in the market, it'll just hurt.
Expansive colony expanded.
So I'm going to be okay with doing it, though. But it could be an extra claim that's not worthwhile. So you can destroy claims. Now I'm making a ton. A ton. That's good. If I destroy this claim, because you can, okay, select it. You got some options down here. If I scrap it, I can only build right here. I've claimed this land. So if I destroy the building on it, I have to build another building exactly where this building is. Which really, I wish I could get the claim back because that does not help me. I can't build an iron thing there. I can't build a... Well, I guess I can build steel manufacturing facility, but it's not going to have a bonus. So I'd rather just get the claim back. I don't like that option here. You can turn it off too if it's drawing too much power. That's probably what I should do at night when I have a surplus or something, is just turn buildings off. But anyway, that's pretty much how you play the game. The only thing I don't really like about the game is it feels pretty competitive. It's pretty easy, or repetitive. It feels pretty easy to kind of learn the game. But it's still complex. It's just kind of easy to learn, and it doesn't feel... I don't know, there's an issue with me on it in that regard. And we're going to have to build another water plant here. We're really hurting on water. We don't have enough claims. What are we waiting for? But it seems kind of repetitive. I don't like that. It needs a little bit more complexity. I would like units that at least move around the map, maybe. So you could move... Maybe you have... instead of just having a building collect iron indefinitely, maybe you could have iron have a limited amount, and you could have teams that you move around the map to collect more iron. And maybe you could have some mercenaries. A little bit of fighting would be okay, but still keep it primarily about manufacturing. Or maybe make the manufacturing process a little more complicated in some way, so I could work on that. But other than that, the game is pretty fun. You can see how it works. We can buy some of this guy's stock pretty soon. We're selling a lot of power into the market. Power is still worth a lot, but you can see it starting to drop because I'm supplying so much into the market. So it's a good thing I didn't build another power plant. So I can turn this off. Like, let's turn it off to, well, now it's costing. So we don't want to do that. We don't want to cost ourselves money. So I'm getting a lot of money off power. That's really good. But I'm also buying water out of the market. So I'm going to build another water facility here. I need more claims. Oh, yeah, let's upgrade. It's going to cost us a lot. And it doesn't seem like it's worth it. I'm probably just going to buy this guy out. Let's see how much stock I can buy. There we go. I'm very close, really getting close to winning the game right here. Maybe we'll just wait. I mean, this video is already pretty long anyway. And I'll win the game and we'll be done. I can also just sell a bunch of stuff to get more money. So let's pause the game. I might be able to actually win right here before I incur any debt. So I've sold all my glass. Let's sell the steel. What else is worth a lot? This is worth a lot. This is worth a lot. We're just going to try to buy this guy out. This is worth a lot. I'm sure we can buy him out now. There, I win the game. I win. So that's pretty much how you play this game. That's how you win. Obviously, it's a lot harder when you have 5 or 6 people to compete against. You have to buy out more people. When you buy people out, you gain control over their buildings, which means also you gain control over their headaches. If they did not put the buildings put the correct ratio of buildings out, you take over that problem. So sometimes it's a bad thing to buy someone out. A lot of times what I've seen is I like to buy people's stock up until the last purchase, and I'll let them keep working their own buildings and everything, because I've found them more to be a detriment in most cases. And then I'll just buy everybody out at the end. I'll purchase the last bit of everybody's stock at the same time and win the game. That's one of my strategies. So that's Offworld Trading Company. Hope you like this video. It's a pretty good game. $40 on Steam again. I'm not sure personally if I think it's worth $40. I think this is probably more of a $25 game, because I don't think it has longevity. I don't think it's going to provide the playing hours that the cost of the game. I don't know. To me, that's not a good ratio for me personally. What you think about this game is up to you, though. And please put comments in the comment section with what you think about the game. Let's have a little bit of a dialogue. And as always, guys, stay frosty.